I believe I'm doing good things. I believe I'm helping people. And I think that, to quote Martin Luther King, the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards truth. I think that in the end, even if I must suffer temporarily, in the long run, that justice will be served and I will be rewarded for doing the right thing, which is sitting here on stream as a person who's had a very difficult, very varied, very eclectic life. I've come from the absolute bottom of the bottom, a single parent household in a project in England, council estate, in the worst town in England, the lowest income school. I went to the absolute bottom to the complete top of life. And across every echelon, I learned a lot of lessons. There's not many people who have been through a life path like mine and learned what I've learned. And I feel like I should sit here and I should teach people and help people. And I think that in the end, I'll be rewarded for it. And if I'm wrong and they put a bullet in my head, then everybody on the internet can say, ha ha ha, they got him. And that's it. What more can I do? But I don't think that being a coward is the right option. I think that when bad things happen, the answer is always more work. It is my job to try and show the world that I'm here to teach good things. And the unfortunate thing about the Matrix is how brutally dishonest it is. They know that I'm saying good things and they're trying to pretend I'm an evil person because they don't want good things to be taught. But God does want good things to be taught, and you have to believe in a higher power above newspapers and press and MSM and garbage. You have to believe in something which is more powerful with a bigger meaning. And I believe in God, and I believe God wants me to sit here and tell men all about my life experiences and the lessons I've learned and how to be better people. And I think that that makes the world a better place. And I do truly believe that in the end, a lot of people will be rewarded for doing the right thing. Not just me, everybody who listens to me. So maybe I could disappear, but I don't think I wouldn't feel proud of myself. I might be happy. Isn't this interesting how this ties into what we said?
Yeah.
I might be happier if I disappear because I have my fast cars and I have a bunch of women and I have my kids and I have all this money and I have these big houses. Yeah, I might be happier, but would I be proud of myself? No, I'm more proud of myself sitting here at midnight talking to you because I know I'm helping people and I can tell people that things are going to change your perspective, as I've said. That makes me feel proud of myself, and I'm interested in feeling proud, not happy. If you're serious about anything you're saying, then I guess when we talk in a month's time, you're going to be in fantastic physical condition because you're going to train like an animal, right?
You're 100% correct.
If you train like an animal, never saying out your mouth now, it's just bullshit, and you want to sound good on the internet. So we're going to find out.
If the next time we speak, if I'm not at least where I was before, then I have no hope. And I'm full of shit, and I have no hope. And by the way, I'm not putting all this pressure on me for no reason, bro. Trust me. I fell down. I fucked up with the lead.
Pressure makes diamonds, my friend.
There we go.
Pressure makes diamonds. I train every single day. And it doesn't matter how I feel. So, in fact, I would actually argue that the number one way to deal with most of life's problems is always the same thing. You were saying that people deal with things in many different ways. That is true. But in my experience of life, there's only one way to deal with anything. It doesn't matter if you're heartbroken. It doesn't matter if you're sad. It doesn't matter if your bank balance is low. It doesn't matter if you lose a family member. It doesn't matter if whatever negative things can happen to you. Doesn't matter if you go to jail. Doesn't matter what it is. The answer to everything is always the same. Do you know what the answer is?
What is the answer?
Hard work. Work harder. The worse things are, the harder I will work. I'll give you an example. I'll say it right now here on stream. Jail changed me and I had some trouble in there. I never missed a single day's training. Since I've left jail, I can't sleep. I have nightmares. I've been training harder than I've ever trained. I put it all over Twitter. I'm doing 6-7 hour days. I could sit around and complain about being tired. I could sit around and be a bitch. I could sit around and cry, or I could just work harder than I've ever worked. It's fantastic that I can't sleep. It's all the time I need. So I can train endlessly. So my point is the answer is always hard work. What else is my answer going to be? I'm struggling with something. I'm going to work less. Does that make sense to you? How's that going to fix anything? At least now, as I decipher the puzzle, because that's what life is, it's a puzzle, and as I decipher the lesson that's been bestowed upon me by God, and as I repair my mentality and become a more content individual, or perhaps a more stable individual like I was before, at least in the meantime, I've done a whole bunch of work. At least I've gotten bigger, stronger, faster, richer. What else am I going to do? Sit around and mope like a dummy? The answer is always hard work. Anyone who's watching this, no matter what problem you're facing in your life, there's only one answer: work. Work harder. It's actually funny, and I've said this before, so I'm going to say it again. You can also take the antidote before the poison. If you're always working as hard as possible, it's actually very difficult for bad things to actually catch up with you. You can take the antidote before the poison. Most people don't even work very hard. You don't work hard. Not fucking at all. You don't do fucking nothing. You get paid a bunch of money to sit around here and talk shit. But even the people at home, you think you work hard. You could work a lot harder. Hard work's always the answer, my friend. So I want to see you in a month, and I want you to be in fantastic physical condition. You can't be getting outperformed by an old man like me. When I was your age, I was an animal.
Failure tastes like a thick, bitter liquid, hard to swallow, with an aftertaste of unmentionable rankness. This is what I am told. Never fail. Failure tastes like a thick, bitter liquid which is hard to swallow with an aftertaste of unmentionable rankness. But this is what I am told, as I never fail. Is that what it tastes like? I've truly never failed myself, so I wouldn't know. The last time I've dedicated my 100% of myself to something and failed, I can't even think of a single instance in which I have tried my very best and failed. Every single time I try, I succeed. I don't know what failure is like, but this does not sound very pleasant. This is what I am told by the people who do fail. Tates never fail. Here, he says it again. The game? The Russians are playing chess, the Americans checkers, and the Chinese play Go. The EU? Tic-tac-doe. Who's going to pay me the money? America, okay. And then you have EU leaders who make decisions at the detriment of their own citizens to fight ideological wars that America wants to win against Russia and Ukraine. You have leaders of European countries who will let their own citizens freeze to death without gas all winter to appease America because of what the proxy war they want to have in Ukraine. Because it's tic-tac-doe. Who's paying us? Bought and sold. When you run out of cliche and pop culture knowledge, your real thoughts seem so useless. Look what they have done to you. It's interesting because I heard two people on a date once, and they were sitting there talking about movies, their favorite movies, back and forth. And I sat there, overheard them for like an hour. They're talking about movies. And I said to Tristan, if they stop talking about movies, did they have anything else to talk about? Gentlemen at home, if you have to talk, but you're not allowed to talk about movies, music, or anything you see on the internet, YouTube, interesting things, not even me, you're not allowed to talk about any of it. You talk about your own experiences, things you've done, and your true thoughts and opinions, which you have built on the back of personal experiences and amazing stories and things you have done. You're going to run out of shit to talk about pretty fucking quick because you ain't done anything. I can talk about the time I was arrested in Transnistria, the time I was robbed in Jamaica. I can talk about being a world champion kickboxer. I can talk about all the problems I went through to try and make my first millions. I can talk about the last yacht I was on with 30 girls a few fucking weeks ago. I can talk about what it's like when I first started flying private jets. I can talk about when I got arrested in Germany for not wearing a mask. I can talk about things I have done, the real me. What are you going to talk about? I went to work and and we partied this one night. I went to Ibiza and I drunk a bunch of drink one time. Your thoughts are useless. When's the last time you said something insightful? When's the last time you were having a conversation and you said something to someone and they stopped and went, whoa, I never thought of it that way? Because that's what happens to me all the time. When I talk to people, they say, wow, I never thought of it that way. Wow, that's really interesting. When's the last time you made somebody think?